Welcome to this week's Appliance Repair Roundtable call. We meet every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. This call is for appliance repair business owners, aspiring appliance repair business owners, and appliance repair technicians. It's a time and a place to share what's working well, what you're having trouble with. Maybe you can get some insight from some of the other people showing up. And we try to keep it as sort of an equal and open forum to discuss all things appliance repair business oriented. And with that, I mean, I don't know if there's anything that's nagging on any of your guys' minds, or if you
I got a nagging thing on my mind.
Go for it.
And really, this question is just for Andrew because I already know EJ's answer. Have you ran across those new Whirlpool laundry centers? They're made about that. The first one I saw today, and it was a 2019 model. I can give you the model number, but it probably wouldn't help much. It's got the digital display right across the front and the see-through door. Have you seen those yet?
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say this for anybody.
Our vendors don't send us a lot of brand new Whirlpool because we're not Whirlpool authorized. So they send the Whirlpool authorized guys. I won't see it for another 2 years probably.
Well, from my brief experience with it today, it looks like Whirlpool has dived into a whole nother level of piece of shit from what I see of this machine. Nothing I saw was very impressive. It looked cheaply made. Everything was plastic, and like it looks like they completely redesigned how they're making their washers.
So kind of like the new Frigidaires, huh?
Yeah, very similar. It had a actuator with a cable that comes off of it that pulls on a mechanism that apparently shifts it from spin to agitate. And I just want to learn more about it, to be honest. I'm going to start doing some research tomorrow and try to figure it out. But it was a no spin issue, and I was just straight up with the customer. I was like, it was the last call of the day, and I was like, look, I've never seen this machine before. I need to do some research. I need to, figure out what are some of the common issues with this thing, because I don't even know the exact. Obviously it's like every other washing machine, but I don't, I looked underneath of it, and everything that I was looking at was something brand new to the Whirlpool design. I was like, holy crap. So I basically told him I was going to come back next week, and I'm going to take my partner with me, and we're going to go out there and freaking disassemble that thing together and try to figure it out. It was a little intimidating. I ain't gonna lie, fellas.
I mean, they've been using an actuator for a long while.
Yeah, they have. But this was like no actuator I'd ever seen before. It wasn't anything like the BMW actuator.
Right. Was it anything like the Frigidaire actuator with you said it has a cable on it?
Yeah, it had a cable on it. Is that on the new Frigidaire laundry centers?
It's been around for a little while. I don't know if it's on the newest ones or not.
Oh, okay. But we're going to go back out there.
Into diagnostic mode?
I didn't get it into diagnostic mode. I was trying to find the tech sheet for it. And I looked all over the damn thing. Other than pulling the unit all the way out, it was in a tight ass closet. So I just basically told the customer I was coming back next week. I was illy prepared, to say the least.
Give me a second and I'll put it into MSA and see if there's anything on there.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. I am not a member there.
I wonder if it's on appliancetechmanuals.com.
It probably is.
What's your model number?
Model number Whiskey Echo Tango 4024 Hotel Whiskey Zero.
All right.
How'd Terry do today, EJ?
They did really good, man. He,
Good.
I think there was only one that he didn't finish, and it's a evaporator fan. We'll have that tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, he did good. He got done about 5:30, but I snagged him for one call in the middle. Otherwise, he'd been home at 4:30. But there was something I was going to. I wanted him to see. But we actually turned around, man. I'll tell you, the first 3 days I didn't make $1,000, I think, and we made 2,500 together today.
Nice.
So making up for it. Hopefully, we kill it tomorrow.
There you go.
Welcome to the call, Warren. I don't recognize the face. I don't know if maybe you've been off camera in the past. Where are you calling in from? Oh, and you are muted right now. Let's get you unmuted, my
Hey,
friend.
TK, will you put your email address in the comment section?
Yes, sir. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, where are you coming
Hey,
in
how
from,
y'all
Warren?
doing?
Hey.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, we should reconnect. I remember I put together a market analysis for you, and I know that sometimes my emails end up in people's junk folders. So
No, no, after all that, I'm good. I don't advertise. I don't need to advertise. You know, the biggest competitor is my number one lead source. So it just
cool.
had, is awesome relationship, and it worked out.
So things are working well for your business.
Yeah, things is great. It's crazy. It's crazy and it's nuts.
Awesome.
But I don't have to worry about advertising for the last, at least 5 months.
That's awesome, man.
I keep the Angie's List open because that has my most reviews, but I haven't even used that in months.
Good stuff.
So,
How long you been doing?
Huh?
How long you been doing this?
I started last June from ABC boot camp because TK Cousins videos and JT hustles. I was watching around, YouTube looking for what I could get my one last trade in to really set me up in my later years. And I found Appliance Repair, and it was the same time TK was switching over, so he was putting the videos up and a few other guys too, and it just Appliance Repair found me. And
that's good.
It's the craziest thing. It's a love-hate relationship. But she pays too good, so I let her touch me.
Yeah.
She pays too good. So.
I ask you, how did you get started actually doing it? Did you start with warranty, or did you just slowly build up COD? And did you jump ship away?
Well, honestly, the way it happened was I found ABC. I took Master Samurai course. I could only stay in that for a week before I said, listen, I got to start a business. And I got a family, got kids. I'm a grandpa. And it was just transitioning. I've been entrepreneur for the last 15 years, but it was in the food industry and I didn't want to do construction. I was just looking for the perfect service where I could be out in the public and fix things, but not be in people's house for a week and paint. And I just was, I needed a little less, wear and tear on the body because I seen where it goes. And I just, through ABC, I started my business, Appliance Boot Camp. And I just got into it. I was a waiter at a restaurant where I'm at in Massachusetts, Berkshire County, if you heard of it. And and I seen around me the appliance repair people was retiring. You couldn't even get anything. And I just, I said, man, if I could do good, maybe maybe I could do good in the area. And I found the guy through TK unknowingly. He put a post up from another guy who was all the way in Missouri and was looking for a job because his wife was dying, and said, if any, I got 20 years in the business, and if anybody out there needs help, I could be an asset to your business. And after 6 months of by myself with one of my friends, I was drowning in work, not knowing what I'm doing, not messing up customers. I was taking care of them, luckily, but I knew I needed a seasoned veteran to keep me in the game. And through Facebook groups, I met the guy, and he moved here from Missouri because, to help him grieve with losing his wife. And we grew together to be like family, and he has 25 years in the business. So
hey, Warren.
Warren,
not to interrupt you, bro, but I just got to shamelessly ask you this. Can you come on the podcast and tell this story on the podcast? Because this is a great story, man. I mean,
I done told it to you about 3 times already.
This is what the Appliance Alliance is all about, man.
No, it was. I think it was Appliance Pro Talk or something.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't really mess with Facebook, but I don't know. He just put himself out there and asked people, and I'm the only one across the country who answered his call. And he lives with me. We're best friends. He's not here. I'm in my house, but he has his own space set up, and he's just a blessing. He's a mentor and father figure that I always needed. I didn't even know I needed. And
dude, that's awesome, man.
Congratulations. You can't make this up, man. So
what was that dude's name? I forgot his name already.
Matthew McGuire,
that's it. Hey, if you don't mind, man, send me his information, because I'd like to just touch base with him. And
reach out. Yo, he would love it. He's not really, he's old school. He's in his 50s. He's not really into this too much, but he's definitely an asset to the appliance repair business. And I found out how crazy you guys are.
What kind of stuff did he do for you when he came out there? Was he like running service calls with you? Or?
Well, no. What happened was, since he was in Missouri, I'm in Massachusetts. He just took over the phones for me, and coached me from FaceTime for 6 months actually. And I did everything except compressors, every appliance. But I was learning compressors, and finally I did 2. He's just nuts, man. He's one of those old people. He does things old school. He won't even come on Facebook because the things that his techniques that get the job done is unorthodox, and he'll get ridiculed, and but it works. We don't have any problems, and we don't use anything that people say you have to have. So it's just like, but he's taught me how, customer service and just get it done. It doesn't matter if we got to go back, because he wasn't even doing LGs. He was like, but once I showed them off of YouTube video, look, the only difference is you just have to update the board. And now we've done about 25 of them, and only a handful of problems. But he's tenacious. He's retired. It's not about money. It's about, he sees me fit to pour into, and we become family. So it's lucky. I don't even. But anyway, I started from COD straight up, because I was waiting tables in between businesses. And one of my customers asked me to come and clean the dishwasher. It wasn't cleaning right. I looked at some videos, did ABC boot camp, went out, cleaned the cleaned the dishwasher. Took me 2 hours just to clean out the filters and everything and put it back together. And I charged her $200, and she said, "That's it." I went in the next day, gave my 2 weeks notice at work. I said,
Been hooked ever since, huh?
that was last June. So after that, I said, man, I could figure it out if she's asking me if that's it. And it's just been fortunate because I had no business to do it the way I did it. I tried to do warranty, it's just not in this area. And when people, my neighbors and people, they stuck by me, and I told them I'm learning, and I said I got insurance and I have money saved up in case I destroy it, straight up. But it took off so quickly. And thank God I've probably given less than $1,000 in refunds in over a year. And we have a good name, and I don't even want to advertise, but I just had the vision. If it wasn't for the friends I have around me that help me, I also have, so it's 4 people that we're doing it. And it's maybe a 2-person job. 2 good techs could do what we do, but being that we're all green except for him, and he's training all of us slowly, we're taking our time. It's just a long journey. So
That's awesome, man.
I'll shut up now.
I'm looking forward to the podcast interview. So for those that don't know, TK and Zach Kreider host a podcast. It's on YouTube.
And EJ.
And EJ is another host. I want to say more of a guest host. Or is EJ doing every episode now?
Actually, there's 3 co-hosts now. So it's me, EJ, and Rochelle Ward. She just came on as another co-host, and we're just taking turns doing the interviews with Zach.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So for those that aren't aware, just check out the Appliance Alliance podcast. And are you guys, is it weekly or bi-weekly or?
Every week is our goal, but we don't always reach that goal.
Sure. Cool. So there's a couple things that have come up in this conversation or in the discussion so far. And it's some stuff that has been on my mind, and I want to say is on business owners' minds all the time. Let's talk a little bit about some of the aspects of like running a tight ship in terms of your business, and some of the I guess the concept of some business efficiencies and how valuable and impactful those can be. Warren had mentioned essentially refunds, but what I kind of was hoping that we could talk about, let's talk a little bit about first call completes. I mean,
what did you say?
A show of hands, if you will, or voices. I mean, who here thinks that first call completes are important? And to what degree? Like, why are they so important?
Because that's how you make your money.
Now, I mean, go a little deeper. Like, why is it that for those that might not know or might not think about things this way, like, how is it?
They out your life and you got the money and you don't have to go back and you're done, on to the next one. Nice $300-500 just to have $50 in parts that was sitting there for 3 months. And now you get to use it, and it's a Samsung dryer kit for, you happy. You don't have to come back. It's a good one. She's happy. You can charge a little more because you came quick.
Yes, that's that. And it's and I guess it could kind of be based on how you structure your business. The way my business is structured, we charge the same price no matter whether we fix it in 1 trip or 6 trips. So I don't charge the customer anymore based on how long it takes me, how many trips it takes me. So if I get in there on the first call, finish the job, that means that trip in the future that I would have had to came back can be filled with a new job. And every time you do that, you're freeing up your schedule in the future where you don't have to come back as long as you don't get a recall. So that's it in a nutshell, you know, as far as my explanation of it.
Yeah, so, you know, the definition, and this is really more for anybody watching the recording, because I know that everyone here knows a first call complete is exactly what it sounds like. You complete your repair on that first trip to your customer's house. And some of the reasons that this is important is all of these reasons that were just given from the business's perspective, but I want to introduce some of the reasons that it's important from the customer's perspective. And these are things that are really going to feed into a high level of customer satisfaction. Most simply put, their problem is solved on the first call. They're not having to wait for you to order a part and then how long is it going to take? All right, am I going to get a call so that my expectations can be kept up to date by the company on the ETA of the part and then scheduling the part? Am I going to have to remember and then try to call them? So it just simplifies things from the business's end, and it really creates a happy customer. Let's talk a little bit about, I guess, well, I wish I had the hard sort of data in my hands. I was chatting with the founder of the Blue Book software earlier today, and he was quoting some data or some metrics, talking about, like, according to the information they collect and track, I think it was like after the first call complete of a day, every first call complete beyond that, like the 5th first call complete, increases the business's profit by 200%. And then after that, it's like 400. And it seemed like it was almost a compounding effect. And I'm not saying that I'm getting those numbers right, but I think the takeaway is that if you're able to run full first call completes, there's a bit of this almost like a hockey stick curve in profitability. If I'm getting that, Jack, if you're watching this, if I'm getting that a little bit off, don't hold me to it. I could be off on that info. But all right, so we understand that first call completes are important. So this is where I think it would be good to maybe pass the mic over to some of you guys. I mean, what are some ways that a business can go about increasing their chances of running first call completes?
That's easy. You just got to put in the money.
What does that mean?
You know, you need filter dryers. You know, you need taps, Freon, all of that. You know, you need bimetals and thermistors and as much pumps and inlet valves of different sorts and dryer kits and Frigidairs and blah, blah, blah.
A truck stop, essentially making sure that you have the right kind of inventory.
But me, what's working for me is not right. I ain't saying is what I'm saying is what works for me is the people that I have, I pay them just to go to school and to learn. So they're going behind me and because me and my mentor, we do the phones together. We ride in one truck, one van together. We do the phones, customer service, setting up appointments, training the people on the 2 or 3 guys that we got on the road, on the phone, going to give them parts, overlooking what they doing, ordering. So we are mobile office, and me and his van, and we have most of our parts in the big van. So we constantly checking, we constantly getting the tickets every day because I need them to order parts, and we gotta go over it every day. And since I'm paying, by the hour, and I'm putting teams. I ask, with guys, they can make, like the guys that I'm with, they can make, each of them can make $1,000 a week if they didn't have a partner. But I asked them, and I say, yo, would you rather y'all split it, and you ain't making as much, but you have a partner? Because I came by myself, not knowing this business, but just and I done been in somebody's house for 8 hours trying to figure out how to take care of a simple as dryer. But everybody doesn't have that tenacity or the people behind them to make it. And I made it out. This appliance repair is no joke. This is not nothing to play with. This is respecting people's house and helping them and doing whatever it takes to make them happy. And if you gotta be willing to put everything in there aside from the money. And I made it to the point of now I have somebody with me who we just, and we don't want to be weeks out. We don't like being weeks out. We'll rather just fridges first. If you have a fridge problem, we get there today, and the two guys behind us could go and put in the parts, or go to recalls and do the small stuff, so we could focus on the compressor jobs and the things that's more intimidating, like the diagnosis. So these guys are learning because they're putting the parts together. They don't have to have all of the weight on their shoulder to get it done, else they don't get to eat, and we just treat them like, we all family. And if you need something, I'm making enough in the profit to where you taking off our weight, because you could go do the little things that we don't want to do, like going back to put the part in. So, and
that's good stuff, Warren. I mean, it sounds like you're in that transitional phase and you're firing on all cylinders. That's encouraging to hear. I think that if your software program, or if you don't have a software program, you can contact your distributor that you buy your parts from and ask them for your top 20 or 50 parts that you bought the previous year. And I would say that then you can look at that list and figure out, be very targeted and practical about what parts you throw on the truck. Because you guys may have a type of repair that you get excited about, like a cabrio tub bearing. I got 14 trucks and I only got like one guy that likes to do it. So 13 other trucks have this heavy, big box, high price cabrio tub bearing, and it doesn't get used. So I need to pull it off. But every business is different, and you guys have your types of repairs that you really like to have. But our distributor will always give us our top 100 most frequently ordered parts from the highest to the lowest, and that's how we help determine our truck stock.
And when you get that that number, is that just for your company or for everyone in the area?
Marcone will give you their top 100, but they also can search up and run a report for your own company as well.
Yeah, I haven't done mine for my own company. I'm gonna ask Cashwells tomorrow if they can do that.
Yep.
I asked I'm in Massachusetts, but Marcone, New York is in New York State where I'm at, and that's only an hour away from me. But I asked them about that, and they said they don't, because I'm an hour away from wherever they keep their analytics. And they told me, since I'm out of state and they don't cover that area, to be able to tell me what they sold. They could just tell me what I bought, but that's not telling me the whole area, because nobody else even buys from them.
I think if you buy from many places, then you are going to have a hard time sourcing it. But like, I'm on the East Coast as well.
Yeah.
I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah, I do.
So Marcone is our number one, place. That's where we get everything we can possibly, because that's East Coast stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think you got a few guys. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. If you got 3 trucks, 4 trucks, then you probably need to try to get Marcone to give you a rep, so that you can have a rep that you can talk to, and they can pull up your account and help you, because they know on an average what a truck can do in the amount of parts a year. And I feel like the number was like, this is a couple of years ago. I feel like Marcone, one of the guys, told me 50,000 a year. They kind of estimate that a truck can produce for part sales. So if you're a guy that has 3 trucks or 4 trucks, that's the kind of stuff that gets those guys.
Only 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
We partner up, so it's 2 trucks and 1 for miscellaneous.
I love that big mobile truck stock thing, and you just kind of head around, and that's a pretty cool idea. Thanks for sharing that, Warren. Sorry, I don't mean to hog all the time.
Oh, you're good. So yeah, the question was kind of like how to improve a company's first call complete rate, and Warren points out stock inventory, and one of those ways is looking at what kind of repairs are you running. Doug brings in the good point of looking at your part ordering history. I know that My Parts Help search diagnostics tool, you can tap into their database of info, and in their interface you can pick and apply. So if your technicians know, like, hey, we're running a lot of these types of repairs, or you take a call, and you're booking the call, and your phone person, your CSR, is asking what the issue is, you can plug into their software the type of appliance it is and the problem description, and it'll pull up a list of possible parts that could be playing a part here. And they have some information that lets you see that hey, out of however many thousands of times this model number has had a repair, 70% of the time with this problem description, it's been this particular part. So there are ways that you can kind of tap into various different sources of data, if you will, to be able to help you intelligently understand what kind of part you need to order, possibly stock on the truck before running that first call, or you can also take more of a look back approach with what kind of repairs do you run, and then go that way. Andrew, I do want to give you the chance because I know that you had your hand raised. I don't know if you had something to add.
So yeah, first time completes are kind of a neat subject because you can do a few different things. Truck stock is a really good one. Everybody knows if you put $30,000 on your truck, you're going to complete a lot more calls first time. That's not possible for everybody. Once those 3 trucks have 100 grand worth of stock, you're not going to want to buy more things. So that's where the next technique comes in, which is pre-screening. You listen to the customer's complaint, refrigerator not cooling, GE. Okay, you might look up that model number and say, you know what, I know that fan motor goes out all the time. I should probably take that with me. That LG washer that's leaking, that probably needs that cold water valve. I should probably take that with me. The next part to that pre-screening process is also scheduled properly. You might be able to schedule that customer for the next day, but you won't be able to get the water valve for the next day. So explain to the customer, hey, I'd like to go ahead and bring in the part that I think you'll need. I'm going to put you off one more day, so that way we come out with, with a complete call, make your life a lot easier. They'll normally appreciate that. Or you give them the other line and say, hey, unfortunately, we're scheduling a couple days out. I won't be able to get there until such and such. And if they cancel, but at least you're not going out wasting your time on the service call, because the service call is a loss of money for most of us. Most of us, we actually have higher overhead than the service call charges. Bobby talks about it all the time. He's like 165 or 75, if I'm not mistaken. 165 before it actually hits profit.
So Andrew, you kind of got into, I want to make sure that you're going to be able to attend next week, Andrew, and we want to make sure that you are in a place where you have better reception.
Yeah.
Because yeah, improving your first time completes, truck stock, that retroactive look, but then also pre-screening can be a huge way to proactively, improve there.
The other thing to me, the last small point was going to be sell the junk properly. If you know that you went out without the knob that this customer needs, don't sell them the knob. Sell them the service call, cut your losses, and give them the part number to order from Amazon.
I'm gonna jump in, Andrew. Your reception is so bad that we can't make it out. But
Great idea.
Will,
I've done that too. What he said is, give the customer the part number if they need a knob for their dryer. GE, shout out. And let them order it themselves from Amazon instead of going back out again. Golden nugget there. Good job, Andrew.
okay, thank you, EJ, and thank you, Andrew. No, this is good. Okay, so let's wrap up the whole public recording and let's move on over to the after show. So you guys stick around. I'm not going anywhere, but I will have this recording up on YouTube and the link posted shortly. This is the Appliance Repair Roundtable, Thursday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.